Hello and welcome back to the Basket Case podcast, rated number one to the people to our local hospital of the deaf. Our special guest, our replacement for Kat, who missed another episode. Rest in peace. Is I don't know how to really introduce you. Like, do you want me to say your name or?
Sure.
Tepez is here.
Okay, there we go.
Hi.
All right.
Today we're going to be talking about our favorite Pokemon and Pokemon games.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce yourself too, but I guess I'm the only one who introduced myself. All right, well,
I
fuck.
don't know what to tell you. My name is VivixTales.
Okay, asshole. So yes, we're gonna talk about Pokemon games. I mean, let's just go with the easiest topic. Which one is our favorite generation?
Gen 2. Specifically, Soul Silver.
It's a
Easily.
Gen 4 game.
You're a Gen 4 game.
Yeah, I mean he's not wrong. It is Gen 4.
It's a remake of Gen 2.
Gold and Silver.
It's a remake
are
of Gen 2, but with the engine of Gen 4.
Yeah, it's a Gen 4 engine game.
Mm-hmm. So you're basically saying Gen 4.
Shit.
So Gen 4 is superior here. I was gonna say Platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still Gen 4 dipshit.
But
Yeah,
Gen
because
4 is my
it's in
favorite.
Gen 4.
Gen 2.
They'll never top Gen 4.
Mm-mm.
They did with Gen 5.
Ah,
Music wise, yeah, but not.
well,
You know
Not
what?
gameplay.
Not gonna lie, they topped Gen 4 with Gen 8.
shut the
yeah,
fuck
I
up.
agree.
Shut the fuck up.
I agree.
Don't even say that. That's fucking disrespectful.
Imagine having a national dex. I can't.
That one thing I do in every Pokemon game, stripped from this latest one, a masterpiece.
Oh, you want like another 300 Pokemon? Yeah, pay $30.
Yeah, I'd have it no other way, honestly.
I'm glad
I
that we
agree.
had to wait a year for the full game to come out.
Okay, that's just every other game, so I don't know why you're bitching.
Okay, fucker.
Like,
Here we go.
like Dota 2?
Hey, we're not talking about Dota 2, fucker. We're talking about Pokemon. Okay, so context before the podcast. Trace and I, we were just fighting. We were just bickering back and forth. And then Ryan just here in the middle, just witnessing us two go back and forth.
Fun.
Yeah.
Right, so why is Gen 4 your favorite?
They introduced Sinnoh, and I think Sinnoh is a very solid region.
The lore.
They added probably one of the strongest trainers ever in Cynthia.
Like, the LE4 isn't memorable, which is kind of sad because,
That's Cynthia.
yeah, it's kind of sad since you have a powerhouse like Cynthia. But they kind of tried it. Well, for me, they kind of tried to do what Gen 5 did, which was implement the gym leaders into the story. Gen 4, you
Gen
had
8 did that perfectly.
oh my god,
With the gym challenge.
oh my
I
god,
agree.
I wanted to fucking put a bullet in my head.
I don't
I
think you
agree.
can say
Yeah,
that on stream.
Gen 8 is so bad.
They have some good Pokemon.
Yeah, but the story, the
Have you
gameplay,
seen
everything was
Poltergeist?
shit. It was dog shit.
Like, I'm proud to say Surfetch is one of my favorite Pokemon now.
I didn't even use them.
I love Surfetch.
Uh,
He's overpowered too.
I don't like the fact that you have, because okay, Sun and Moon, like, who besides the Pokédex and I'm trying to think of another flaw that game had. How much it hold your hand throughout the whole story. It was pretty impressive for the 3DS. And then from that to Sword and Shield, which you had other games like Xenoblade, Breath of the Wild, a few open world games that really was like, oh hey, the Switch literally can handle.
It set the standard.
Yeah, for
And their stories could not even correlate to how good Sword and Shield was.
will fly out there and personally kick your ass. And
But
he,
Sword and Shield did have a decent story. I
fuck
feel.
no.
It did. It had a pretty decent one.
Besides,
I
like
just think it just
two
felt
of the three main
rushed.
characters, like Bede, disgusting.
Bede was
Top,
so fucking thrown away. He was like a wet piece of shit.
like you.
They threw it. You're trying to pull a race card. So it was like a fucking wet piece of shit that they threw on the wall and hoped it'd stick. There was so much potential they could have done with Bede, and literally half of the game he's gone, and then you see him at the end, and it's like, oh,
I do think that like the team, there's like Team Rocket and stuff. Team Yell was useless.
Team Yell is the most stupidest name I've ever heard.
it
And then you also had, what is his name? Swordbert.
Swordbird and Shieldbird. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Their hairstyles, classic.
Have you seen them
But the
in
thing is,
Pokemon
you
Adventures?
don't unlock them until post game.
No, I haven't read the manga for Pokemon Adventures yet.
They're in it, and it's. I want to shoot myself.
Why would you
Please
watch
stop
it?
saying things.
Yes, I'm actually gonna shoot myself over a video game. Come on, if you can't tell sarcasm, then.
It's happened before.
Oh fuck!
Do you think I'm joking? I'm calling it. There are people who have to a video game.
So after this, the rise of that happening over Pokemon Sword and Shield will rise.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, no comment.
Okay.
But have you played Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Yes,
Like thoroughly.
3 times.
First
Why?
of all, why?
I already told you why. So the first time I played it, I was drunk on stream. I was drunk and I played it through. It was literally hell.
Not the only way you could get
And-
through the game.
Would you let me finish? It was the first time I played it, and I went in with low expectations. I was not prepared for it, so I went in, and I literally didn't remember it much. I just remember hating what's his name, the champion.
Leon.
Yeah, I remember hating him a lot.
Stupid ass Charizard.
He looks like a second grader dressed
I do
up.
not like Charizard, let alone when they overrate him as usual.
I liked them when he got a Mega Evolution. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then they started promoting him more and more off of like a lot of different with merchandises, and that's where I was like,
As it should.
the appeal to him just dropped. So
That's why I've always liked Charmeleon more.
so my second time playing it, I beat Owl of Armor, and I wanted the other Urshifu, but I couldn't find anybody else who had the other one, so I can see like like compare stats.
I did not like Isle of Armor.
So what I did was I replayed the game and hoped to try to get the other form of Urshifu. And then Crown Tundra came out, and for some reason there has to be 2 versions of everything. So the ice horse, I don't remember its name. I got the ice one, so I'm replaying it again to get the ghost one. And
I've yet to do any of that. I kind of forgot it was a thing, not gonna lie.
and I've been waiting for the Pokédex, so this is gonna be my 3rd time completing the Pokédex.
Glacier and Spectrier.
Yeah, because I don't know why they need to have another version of it. Actually, what's your guys' take on that? Should they continue doing 2 versions of a game?
Yes.
100%.
Even
That's a classic Pokemon.
even now
For
though,
my wallet, it's not good, but
even
I
now
sure-
though,
They did have the one-off with Platinum, but
Well,
Yeah,
they've always
think-
had the third generation.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
think
That's
that,
why.
yeah, they
No,
should.
there's Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Crystal, Emerald, Platinum,
They didn't do one for Sword
Black
and
and White
Shield,
2,
I think
but
no, there has to be
Pokemon
two.
Stars.
would
You know,
they
all these-
actually do that now with since we have Sword and Shield and then the DLC?
Pokemon Z was also a thing.
It got canned.
Yeah, I got.
It got canned, and it's disappointing because that region actually did have some potential to be something.
No.
I mean, you had Team Flare, you had the electrical plant that you couldn't access.
You couldn't. Hold on. You couldn't access like half of that fucking city.
That's why, like, there's so much potential that they could have done, and to say that there isn't, well, explain like Sword and Sun and Moon, where they literally pushed the 3DS to its limit, and it's so stupid why they didn't try to take that extra leap to do it. There's so much they could have done. And then you have Zygarde in Sun and Moon, and it's like out of left field. Like, why are you here? This isn't your. Like, it's cool that they gave him the form and everything, but it's like, what's the point if this wasn't part of Kalos?
Right, but he has the form, and that's pretty sick.
Oh my god!
No, he has a point.
And it's
Like, have you seen that form? That shit's cool.
yeah, but
The complete form.
yeah, but it doesn't excuse the fact that there was so much in that story that could have been something. That's what I
Yeah.
loved about 4 and 5, the lore. They added so much lore into the games.
Who cares about lore? They have dog.
Oh my god, I'm going.
Like, I'm a person for lore. Like, but
Okay,
you
Mr.
also have to
Dog.
think.
Dog go woof. But go ahead.
I don't know. You have to think. It's also like, as a game developer standpoint, they cheaped out on a lot of things.
That's you're sugarcoating it. They really half-assed it. They really, really half-assed it.
I feel like they were kind of rushed by Nintendo to shoot a game out.
It wasn't Nintendo. It was the Pokemon Company.
Well, they rushed to get this out now. I think if you give them like a year or two, let them poop out like another like Let's Go Johto.
I would buy a
I-
Let's Go
I
Johto.
don't want
Play with
that.
like, why?
I'm not. I was fine with.
I liked it.
Let's. You can even back me up on this, Trace. Years ago, I wanted a remake of Yellow. Years ago, I wanted a remake of Yellow. But Let's Go is far from what Pokemon Yellow was.
I say, if you're about to say things about Let's Go, just let it be known I enjoyed Let's Go.
I know. And
I enjoyed Let's Go. Yeah.
but
Like, I might buy it again.
but
just,
let's be honest here. Before we even talked about it,
fuck.
let's be honest here. Before Let's Go was released, we even said it was shit. It was a horrible idea.
It looked bad, but I enjoyed the game for what it was.
I wish that those ideas that they put into Let's Go transferred to Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I liked it. What I don't like is the forced XP share.
I enjoyed that, actually.
I've never been a fan of it. I think that was what made older games fun, is that you had to grind out and make sure all your Pokemon were at the same level.
No.
to battle.
12-year-old was a dipshit. Like, I don't think I've ever beaten Red and Blue, and now I need to go back and play them.
That okay? Continue. Ryan.
I don't know. I just I enjoyed being able to saying oh, the 8th gym is level 45, and I have one Pokemon that's level 45, and the rest of them are level 38, and you have to go and grind out, get all your Pokemon up to that certain level.
Mm-hmm. Or just keep them all in par.
It kept you playing
Mhm.
for a while, unlike where Sword and Shield
Go to the den.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I got the game first day, and I was waiting for Trace to get it, so I decided to shiny hunt Rookity on
The first
the
route.
first route, and this was when they originally thought it was like obviously you had to encounter or battle a certain amount, but you also had like a chain. So after like 50 Pokemon, you'd have a higher chance on top of the other one before they debunked that. So I was battling like I battled like 1,500 of them before I finally got the shiny. So going, not even battling the first trainer, my Thwacky, or yeah, it was a Thwacky, it was level 31. So I I'm serious. Like Shield was the easiest game I've ever played because of me shiny hunting in the beginning. My Thwacky or Rillaboom was so much higher than all the other Pokemon.
To be fair, I think the hardest Pokemon game I played was Sun or Moon, because I don't know, I was stuck on that first island like girl for a good while.
It's a dude.
Is it a dude? I thought
Yeah.
it was the blue-haired girl.
No, it's the normal type.
In Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
Okay, well I wasn't stuck on him. I was stuck on the water girl. But I also had like a bit more trouble because I never evolved my Torracat into an Incineroar.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
you didn't
were
do that.
refusing to.
Yeah.
So I had like a level 67 Torracat.
You and Jasmine didn't because you guys hated how Incineroar looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just gave him an Everstone and called it a day.
I would have given it an I can't even say it. Never mind.
Eviolite.
Yeah.
Oh, Eviolite.
Yeah.
Power up its moves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put items on your Pokemon?
Nope.
I know Trace doesn't.
I do.
I think items are crucial
Mhm.
when you're battling.
It does make it harder when you don't have it. It does make it a bit harder, but because it's an RPG, like that's why I decided to put items on them. And plus, most of the time, this is a really bad habit I had when I was little, and I still do it. So I look at the items and I think, I just imagine what the Pokemon would do if they had that item. And I'm like, oh, they would look cool with this, or they would enjoy having that. And that's what like a black belt on my Lucario. I always thought that looked cool.
It's a good item on them though.
Yeah, that's why I always thought, I was like, man, this looks cool. Or like the water, not the water stone, the miracle water on like a water type. I'm like, oh, that would look pretty, or that would look nice on them.
When you were younger, what constituted a Pokemon to like have a chance to be on your team? Like, was it its type? Was it how cute it looked? Like, what was it?
I've always been a typing person. I had to cover the whole spectrum. I had to have a counter for every single Pokemon.
Brandon?
If I threw the Pokeball and it caught in the first try, I would keep it.
When I was younger, it used to be based on like how cool it was. And then as I grew up, it was, I don't have a grass type yet. So.
Yeah, mine was kind of like, because my first game was Platinum. Like, I was introduced to Pokemon late.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of like in between of kind of look cool. But I have OCD, and I'd look and I'd have like 4 like fire types on my team, and I didn't like that.
Okay, hear me out.
My OCD was bad with that.
You could not tell me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, my OCD was bad with the genders. Because if my starter was a female, I had to have everyone be a female. Or if mine was a male, everyone had to be a male for me.
I could never close the game if a Pokemon was on an odd level. If my Pokemon was at an odd level, I'd have to stay up and level it up to an even level, so I could turn my DS off.
I would do it.
When I was younger, I looked at the gender symbols and was like, I don't know what those wacky things mean.
I learned what those were because of the old GBA, the Kanto Nidoran and Nidorino.
Sure.
That's how I learned from it. I was like, oh, so it's a boy, because like the sprites were weird. So you saw like the one had basically breasts and then the other one didn't. So I was like, ah, that's what that means.
You cannot tell me that Gen 1 didn't have some of the coolest sprites.
Ah, ah. The
Okay.
back sprites. The back sprites. Charizard looks
I
like a
enjoyed it.
fucking donkey.
Yeah, I don't usually go for I used to go for Charmander all the time in Gen 1. But I'm actually more of a Bulbasaur dude.
Dude, Bulbasaur. I've always loved Bulbasaur. I always fucked with Bulbasaur.
I've always picked Squirtle.
I love Bulbasaur so much. I don't know, cause to me when I was little, he looked like a soccer ball.
This makes me want to go grab my Game Boy and play some Red and Blue.
My first one was Yellow. I had Red and Blue, but my sister beat it, and she never beat Yellow, so she gave that to me. That's why Yellow had like such a big impact for me, and that's why I was very well, I guess the argument from before about Let's Go is because of me being biased from my memories with the Yellow version.
I actually woke up one morning. I was 4 or 5, and I saw a clear Game Boy and Pokemon Red and Blue on like the kitchen island, and I remember thinking, "Huh, I don't know
Yoink.
if this is for me or not." And then I end up playing Pokemon Red. So that kind of got me into like playing video games and Pokemon at least.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm over here trying to collect every single Pokemon game.
That was well, cause for me it was my sister who introduced me to basically anime and Pokemon and a bunch of those things when I was little. And grade school, it was like 2004, 2006. Wait, when did Obama get elected? Like literally that.
2006.
Yeah.
8, yeah, 8.
Yeah, that's like that's where I have like the time frame of when I was like in grade school. Me and this kid, I don't care about name dropping them. They're like, it's not like there's a bunch of them. It was this kid. His name is David, and him and we would always talk about Pokemon. Literally every single time, we would always talk about Pokemon. And there was this other girl who played Pokemon, but she would play in secret because the other girls in class would bully her about it. And the three of us, we would just play on our DSs. We would play Pokemon Platinum. And my fondest memory of Gen 4 is we all started a game again, the new game. And we all started doing the same thing together, as if we were all being part of the journey.
Right.
We were we would do paper, rock, scissors to see who got which starter. We all waited for one another, and if one person struggled at a gym, we would help them by giving them one of our Pokemon. So it could be like a part of us is in their team. And it was like that. That was like my favorite memory of just being, instead of like playing, it's just the three of us playing in Pokemon outside, just talking and having this journey. Even though it was like something like small, like to a kid, it's like, oh, this is crazy, this is amazing, and that was my fondest memory of Pokemon. And like Gen 4 is just really close to me because I have a lot of great memories.
Right. I remember waking up, or not even waking up. It was when I finished kindergarten. My present was a DS Lite with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers or Blue Explorers or whatever, and Pokemon Diamond. And I played the shit out of Pokemon Diamond. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That was.
No,
I skipped Gen 2 and 3 until I got Soul Silver and then Ruby and Sapphire later on.
I had to beat Crystal in a day. Same kid. He let me borrow his Crystal version, and I had to beat it in a day.
I still refuse to touch my Crystal version.
Just buy another one.
Those games are like 30 bucks.
Okay. Steal it. That's what someone did to me.
I'm fine with not touching it. Like if I'm gonna collect every single Pokemon game,
Mm-hmm.
why not just play Red or Silver and Gold, and just leave Crystal to be there?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still a brand new cart.
Someone did that to me, actually. They stole my platinum, my diamond version, and then I had the Wi-Fi event Pokemon on it.
Right. I mean, have you tried not getting it stolen before?
I was a little kid. I'm being serious about this. Like the time frame. I got the day I lost it was a week or two after the whole Chris Brown controversy with Rihanna.
Oh, I remember that.
That is how traumatic that was. I remember what was going on, and they didn't just steal the game. They stole the DS, and I had a lot of games. They stole my little pouch, and I was so fucking depressed afterwards. And I remember telling, because I talked about this before, about the teacher who she hated me. I remember telling her, like, oh, like someone took his shoe. I was crying. I was like, oh, someone took my game. And she's like, why did you bring your game to school? I was like, because you. And she's like, well, it's your fault. And I was like, oh. I still wonder who took it. It's been years, but I still like have nightmares about it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Have you guys ever played Revolution?
Pokemon Battle Revolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger, it's on my list of games to buy.
Because I remember opening the Diamond and Platinum, and it came like a little poster of Revolution.
Now, okay. Did you guys ever play My Pokemon Ranch?
Yes.
Yes.
That was some good stuff back in 2010.
I think there's still Pokemon trapped in there for me.
Pokemon Rumble is also a good series.
I never played that. I played the one on the phone, which is
Rumble World or something.
Yeah.
It's not the same though.
I had to put it down.
Pokemon Rumble on the Wii and on the 3DS, both good games. If you're into that stuff.
Couldn't you get shiny Pokemon?
I don't know.
No.
No. Man,
actually, no. I think you could have.
Asking the shiny guy immediately.
I think you could have gotten it.
Maybe. What game are we talking about?
Rumble.
Rumble? Oh, yeah, you can.
I went on Google looking into more of the game, and the first thing that popped up was Pokemon Ultra bullshit.
Okay, and there's like, for Pokemon Battle Rumble Blast, there are like these like actual Pokemon Rumble like toys you can get that get you things in game, I think. But they're fucking expensive. But they look so cool.
I remember that.
You mean Amiibos?
No, they weren't Amiibo. This was before Amiibo came out, I think. I just know they looked so fucking cool. But again, they're really fucking expensive.
I just see someone with all the types of Arceus around them.
What?
I'm still on Google. How do you guys pronounce Arceus? Arceus or Arceus?
Arceus.
Oh, so.
What did you say?
Arceus and then Arceus.
There's people who say Arceus.
Or like, what's it called? Rayquaza or Rayquaza?
Rayquaza.
There's another one.
I used to have a friend in like middle school who thought psychic type was pronounced physic type. And I had to look at her like, psychic type? What? To be fair, I had a crush on her, so I mean, I let her be wrong.
There's a lot of Pokemon that there's like different ways to say it.
Like what?
Like Houndour and Houndour.
Houndour.
Houndour, yeah. Raikou and Raikou.
I always called it
Raikou.
Raikou.
Apparently, the real way to say it is Raikou.
Like Gardevoir.
Gardevoir.
I
You're
used to
not
call
true.
it. I used to call it Gardevoir. I mean Gardevoir.
That's what I use. I don't know. That's the one that's like I go. Sometimes I'll say Gardevoir and then sometimes I'll say Gardevoir.
I guess mainly because when you're a kid, you don't really know how to pronounce it,
You don't know French.
or you just don't know English. Or Lapras.
Lapras.
What?
Lapras. Like they put emphasis on the RHASS.
Gligor or Gligor?
Hold on. Where's the H in Lapras?
No, like they put an emphasis on that, like the A, like silent H,
Wait,
alright?
wait.
Silent H, silent H. There's no H. There's
Dude,
no H.
no fucking H.
Alright. RASS. Like they put emphasis on the
No.
last part.
Lapras is spelled LAPRAS. Where the hell is the double S, dude?
To-
Oh lord.
You say Linoon
Togepi or
Linoon?
Togepi?
Dude. What?
Now you're just making stuff up.
No,
It's Togepi. It said that shit in the fucking Gen 1 anime.
they've said what's it called? Raikou, but now it's Raik. I didn't hear
Raikou.
I didn't hear that one. Have you guys seen the clip of Electabuzz
What?
going Thunderbolt?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Wait, is it on YouTube?
Yeah. So,
Who has the best Pokemon cry though?
Cricketon.
Kricketune?
Oh my god, no.
Are you being serious?
Yes,
Is that how you pronounce it? Kricketon?
yes.
Where's the
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
The best cry?
It's Kricketune because it plays a tune.
Yeah, it's Cricketune. I don't know.
There's an E.
There's
at
an
the
E
end.
at the end. But
Okay, hold on. Brandon, can you do me a favor before Ryan over here says his?
Mm-hmm.
Look up the Regigigas cry.
Wait, isn't it?
Wait, are you talking about the one in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the movies. Oh my god, the movies are
Please look that one up for me.
okay.
I think I like Drifblims.
That's a good one. That actually
have
is
to
a
watch
good
Drifblim or
one.
Reshiram. One of
I
those two.
I retweeted it once, but it was like the it's like the why do boys only like bitchy bimbos who walk all over them, and it's like the fucking Reggie Rock cry.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Where's my Regigigas cry?
It's just showing up on the stream for me. Like you can see the
You don't even. It's not streaming. Come on. You can't tell me that.
I can't wait for them to introduce Regieleki and Regidrago into the anime.
it'll just sound like static.
I haven't
I
even
just-
seen
I
them
just-
in game yet.
I
I just want to hear their cries in the anime.
I'm a
Dude,
shiny hunter.
I was thinking about it, or at least Reggie Rock and Reggie Steel on them because I already have them from transporting them.
Trace.
Legitly.
Yeah.
It took me. I was shiny hunting for almost a whole day, and I couldn't get Reggie Rock or Reggie Steel.
Well, have you seen my luck when it comes to shiny Pokemon or anything? I have great luck until it comes to getting a girlfriend.
Damn,
So-
I did not expect it to go that. Okay.
I might have to
How are
change
you
my
supposed to
ringtone.
have luck if you never had one?
Can we bring that back? Bring back that
Sorry.
Reggie Gigas cry.
That's how you feel right now.
Anyways,
What's your guys' point of view on the Ultra Beast?
I thought they were.
they're pretty cool. I like them. I think
Do you?
I don't know if they were trying to add like a new type of legendary,
Mm-hmm.
like the whole like mythical legendary stuff.
Are they Pokemon to you though?
Yeah.
Pokemon? What?
Are
They have a dex number.
are they Pokemon to you?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know some people like instead of calling them Pokemon, they just call them Ultra Beasts.
That's
I
like me saying, "Hey, Lugia is a legendary." No,
Yeah. That's like saying
it's just another
The legendary
category.
Pokemon.
It's just a subcategory.
It's an Ultra Beast Pokemon.
Yeah. So you have
I've
normal Pokemon, then you have pseudos, then you have legendaries.
I've never
mythicals,
heard
and then
them
Ultra
like
Beasts.
being associated with Pokemon actually.
Pokemon.
Sure, but
No, like I've always like
you've never heard a person say an Ultra Beast Pokemon, right?
yeah, like literally every
it's a
single time I've
mouthful.
always heard it, it's always like a like yeah, I get it that they have the
It's a,
the dex
okay.
number, like I get it, but
Right,
I've
like,
always
okay.
seen it as a like a separate group on their own.
Okay, but you also
But
got to
do you
think of
see
it.
legendaries and stuff on their own?
Like
It's because
legendaries are
hold on,
one
hold on,
thing,
hold on.
and then you have
Guys,
Ultra
hold on,
Beasts on
hold
the
on,
other
hold on,
side.
hold on. It's they don't say Ultra Beast Pokemon because I feel like that's like a lot of words to say. But you could look at like, oh hey, it's Victini. That is a mythical. Like you don't have to say a mythical Pokemon. Just people understand what you're talking about. Oh hey, Lugia. That's a legendary. Oh Dragonite. That's a pseudo. Oh Buzzwole. I think that's a Pokemon. That's an
Yes.
Ultra Beast.
Yep.
Like it's just there's categories.
But I really
No, there's
I do like
Bidoof.
the
That's
Ultra
an
Beasts.
HM slave. Like
I mean, like, I mean, they're in the dens.
After coming
Sword
through
and Shield.
a wormhole.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the dens.
But you know, Pokemon.
But you know what I'm trying to say.
No.
I get it, but yeah, I mean, they're Pokemon, and
But you gotta think, like, not every Pokemon like is on Earth. Like, Deoxys was a literal fucking meteor.
And even in the decks, it's
I
like
mean,
newly discovered.
Garantina came from a different dimension.
That is true.
Dialga literally created
But then
time.
again, like, what's it called? You see, like, off of the lore before they debunked it with other shit. Like, Giratina they've known about it since ancient times.
Okay, and Arceus literally made Pokemon.
And that's how,
But he
and they
wasn't
know it.
introduced until like 20 years after.
And they knew that there was something. So, like, Ultra Beast, though. That's like a.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, actually, no, yeah.
need-
Like, I answered my own question there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they knew about it because they knew about wormholes because of Galio
So,
and
Galio.
Mm.
Yeah,
and Lunala.
And plus, the chick, Professor Moon, the chick who was researching the wormholes, she's been around since Generation 5.
Sure.
She was in a standalone Pokemon game where you catch the I don't even know what kind of trio they are. The Landers trio?
The Weather Trio?
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
Landorus, Thunderness, and Tornadus.
Yeah, I never called them weather. I thought
Or the Cloud Trio? Like, there's something.
I don't know what they're called.
Neither do I. I think they're just. Well, I don't want to say it's the Weather Trio. I don't know.
this chick.
Forces of Nature.
Forces of Nature.
It's the Nature Trio.
Okay. Let me see. I can't remember who she was. Go on a different thing. I'm going to really try to
Are
figure
you
out.
talking about like the 3D Pokemon Dex thing, or the 3D Dream Camera.
Yeah, that professor.
I don't know. I never played that.
But okay, do you like Ultra Beast, Brandon?
Kinda.
Okay, what's your favorite Ultra Beast?
I need to pull them up again. Cut.
There's Cortana, Buzzwole.
I'm being serious. I don't remember them by
Helio.
name.
Really?
Yeah, like
I know. I think I know all of them.
what's it called? X and Y, and onward. I forget which Pokemon are from what generation. Like
there's
from 6. No, 6 is X and Y. From 5 to 1, I remember them to heart. But from 6 to 8, I have no idea which one's which.
I can tell you up to X and Y. Between like Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield, that's where it like blends into me.
Probably Poplio.
I
Poplio. Not Poplio. Poipole.
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 Don't ask me because I literally only know 2 Ultra Beasts. I know Buzzwole and then Nihiglio or whatever.
There's Blacephalon, Buzzwole, Celesteela, Guzzlord,
Celesteela.
Poipole, who evolves into Nagandel.
Yeah, dude,
Nihilego, Pheromosa, Cortana, Stakataka, and Xurkitree.
I hate Stakataka too.
The fuck is Stakataka?
It's the wall.
Stakataka?
The literal wall.
Yeah.
You know what? Thank you, Ryan. That explains it.
My favorite would either be between Blacephalon because it looks like Trace.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's a clown. Or either Buzzwole or Cortana.
I like Poipole because someone gave it to me in Wonder Trade when I was playing Ultramoon, and I had no idea what the hell he was. And he was literally my star boy.
I did like Cosmog. I thought that was a cool
legendary
idea. Cosmog, Cosmoem, and then Solgaleo or Lunala, depending on your game.
I don't like how legendaries evolve.
That's really?
Me neither.
I didn't like it. I think legendary should be just a set Pokemon.
I've been waiting for them to add that idea because I thought it was really cool.
No.
Like as soon as I saw they started like you can evolve them, like Type Null and Cosmo.
Would you
stuff like
classify
that,
Type Null as a legendary though?
No, I wouldn't.
Since it is man-made though.
It's a mythical? I just classified it as a normal Pokemon.
It's a legendary.
It's a legendary?
Yeah, it's on the list. I just looked it up. I thought it was a mythical, but I mean, I kind of proved myself wrong when you're gifted it in Sword and Shield.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that.
It's a legendary.
I hate that they did that.
Oh. I don't like how you can evolve him. I don't like Cosmog and
I don't like that
Cosmo.
either.
I don't like Cubfu nor Shifu. I don't like how they.
Oh, they're called the Tao Trio.
Now, I'm not saying that they're bad. I just don't
They're
like
called
how
the
they
what?
evolve.
Oh no, what's it called? Reshiram, Kyurem, and Zekrom, the Tao Trio.
Called the what? Yeah, it's because Yin Yang and.
I just called them the Yin Yang Trio.
Like, I'm okay with different forms of legendaries.
Like the fusions, that was a cool idea.
Fusion that was a cool idea, but just evolving, it just seemed weird.
It takes away the whole reason that they're legendary.
No, it doesn't. It seriously doesn't.
They were made to be this powerful Pokemon.
But what about Cosmog? Like, it's a literal cosmic being. That's that evolved.
That could have been its own thing.
It could be its own Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
If they made like Cosmog like a Pokemon, and they made make different forms, not evolve.
Cosmog could have been like a dream Pokemon.
They could have made it a mythical.
Mm-hmm. Because it honestly, when I first saw Cosmog, I thought it was a fairy ghost.
Oh, hold on. They've been doing different forms of literally everything. Like, it started with Castform and Deoxys, right?
Wait, what?
I'm okay with forms.
Hold on. It started with it started with the cast form with the weather.
Yeah, which
Then
that one
there's
made
the
sense.
Deoxys with all the forms. Sure. There's the Deoxys with like speed, attack, and defense.
I mean, oh yeah.
Right. Okay. And then there was Alolan forms
That one I kind of didn't like.
and Galarian forms.
I didn't like the whole Alolan forms because they only did Kanto Pokemon.
Right. They wanted to try something new, but if they try something new that people don't like, they won't do it again. Like
I wish they just stuck with Mega Evolutions.
Mega Evolutions were cool. I'll give you that. But also like they want to try new things. Like that's what I feel like Game Freak should do. I'm perfectly fine with them taking out certain aspects of the game, like walking with your Pokemon from Soul Silver and Heart Gold.
And Let's Go.
The whole beauty pageant thing. Fuck that.
I actually like
Poppin,
that.
like get rid of baby parks, all that. I don't care. Like
Okay,
whole
no.
point of
You're okay. I will argue that Baby Park was really good
Go ahead,
because of
continue.
you got a lot of different rare items that
Let
you
me continue.
wouldn't normally get. And plus, if you were
Let me
if you were berry farming, that is very helpful because there's a lot of rare items that you can get. Just because you weren't able to really use it to its full potential isn't a real reason to hate it. Like beauty contests also gave you different items to use like throughout the different games afterwards. Generation 3, when they first used it, it was dog shit. But Gen 4, they actually picked it up.
Can I counter this with a question?
Yes.
Why is it okay for you guys to not like Cosmog Evolutions, but as soon as I don't like Baby Park, shit goes wild?
I didn't say anything.
It was only me.
Right. Okay. Why?
Literally what I just said. There's so many items
so-
that you can get out of there. And just because you couldn't get, like, you didn't use it to its full potential, like, it's like, okay.
I played the games when I was 12, first of all.
I
Second
played
of
it
all,
when I was 7.
I personally didn't like it, along the same lines as you guys don't personally like the Cosmog Evolution idea. But you don't have to attack me. I'm just trying to explain a point. And I didn't attack you when I'm explaining the point. So back when I was talking about, what I feel like Game Freak should do... What I feel like Game Freak should do is, sure, if you cut out content, try new ideas. Like they got rid of Baby Park, they got rid of contests, they got rid of like what else? Like the Pokeballs, triple battles.
Design.
Yeah, ball design, the triple battles, the rotation battles. Like
I liked it actually.
Dude, literally the game is just bones right now.
They just want to try something new.
I understand, yeah.
And I enjoy that. Like they can't appease every fan.
But the thing is,
like,
when the game is literally bones, skin and bones, there's not much you can defend on at this point.
I agree with Trace. I don't think they should milk every last bit out of something. They should try something new. I've just always had an issue.
Like, it's understandable that they should try something new, but literally that it's not, there's no real good okay, from being in handheld to now a home console, that shift, they're still with that mentality of just handheld, and there's so much they could have really done with this game for console, for it to just be skin and bones. That's what I didn't like.
So do you remember when like Sword and Shield was like the leaks were coming out and people were like really pissed? Like he had those like fans that were just like sending death threats.
I didn't care about the Pokédex. That is one thing that a lot of people didn't like, the Pokédex.
Right.
I could literally not give a shit.
Hear me out.
I know. Go ahead.
I was
getting feisty.
I was very close to not buying that game just because the Pokédex was out. But
like they did the same thing with Sun and Moon though.
They didn't. The National Dex was in Sun and Moon.
It was possible to
get everything, but a lot of people still were anal about just not seeing their pretty Pokemon on like a whole full list.
Like, but okay, Sun and Moon, you can't catch every Pokemon, but you could still get it.
Yeah.
Right. They haven't been able to do that since.
In this game, you can't. It's completely out of the game. It's not even in the code.
Like, the National Dex has been a thing. Like, not
Oh,
obtaining
okay.
every single
Okay,
Pokemon
I understand.
from the game.
Okay, I understand. Like, I just connected the dots. Okay.
Right.
About
Like, in Sun and
about
Moon,
your old
you've been
Pokemon
able
that
to-
you couldn't transfer to this one, and if you did transfer them, they're basically stuck in home.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been possible to, like, with different methods to complete the Pokedex and complete a living Dex.
Mhm.
And I was very close to not buying Sword and Shield because I couldn't do the living Dex. That one thing that kept me playing the game past the main story. Like, that was my post game. But I'm not one of those fans that are gonna, like, be pissed at Nintendo, Game Freak, the Pokemon company, just because, oh, my Pokemon's not in it. Like, that's the part of Pokemon. Like, learning, like, having fun and learning the new Pokemon, the new region you're in.
Well, yeah, you say that because your favorite Pokemon is guaranteed in the game every time.
Sableye?
Charmander or
Oh.
Charmeleon.
That's not the
You know
point.
damn well they'll never take him out.
I didn't like that they had all these good ideas that they could have done more, but then just immediately just forget about it after one.
Okay, well, what
Right,
is
but
your
that goes
opinion
back
on...
to our
Go ahead.
that goes back to our point. Like, it's perfectly fine if they take these out. Like, they're here to make games in an enjoyable experience for people. Their main demographic is children. We are all in our 20s bitching about Pokemon.
Hey man,
Like,
better than
we can
me.
all have our own opinions, but at the end of the day, it's Game Freak who's going to make these games.
Well,
And if we don't
yeah,
like
they
them,
don't
like,
care because they're making the sales. Like, this has been one of the most successful games.
like, if we don't like
Pokemon-wise.
these games, we can easily go to not easily, but we can go to fan-made, like, GBA ROM hacks. We can go play Nexomon, that, like, Pokemon game that's on the Switch now. Like, we have other games we can go to. But again, their main demographic is children. Like, they're aiming to use it for the anime, and they're using it to aim, like, to sell toys and cards. And they want it, I don't want to say dumbed down. They want it easy enough for kids.
It is pretty dumbed down.
Again, their target demographic is children.
But what about, like, back then? What was their demographic back then?
Children. It's always been for children.
So then, what's the argument for now that they're dumbing it down completely?
It's still for children. Times have changed. Like, children have changed and how we've grown up. It's a more psychological point to it.
So now, kids are just stupid.
Put it blankly, yes. Like, but
kids
sure they'll,
got
like,
stupid over the time.
And to give them benefit of the doubt, okay, they had 3D models and all this shit, but I feel like they just wanted to try it out. Like, this is their first time in the waters making, like, an actual Pokemon game that's not a remake. Like, forget about Let's Go for a second. This is their first main storyline Pokemon game on the Switch. Sure, it's got to be harder because you have to work in everything besides the graphics. Like, there's a storyline, you have to get all of the, like, online features. Like,
online features?
Imagine how...
Like what?
Hold on. Imagine how, like, hard your Switches have to run. Rendering, like, Breath of the Wild trees, Breath of the Wild grass, simultaneously running multiplayer settings with, like, all the Pokemon trainers running around at once, while also having the wild area Pokemon.
But did they have to do that? Did they have to do that?
No. But they did, because that's what they wanted to do. We could say that about, did they have to add in the baby park? Did they have to add in contests? Did they have to add in walking Pokemon behind you? Like,
it's just little things to help appeal.
They're gimmicks. That's all it is. That's what Pokemon is based on a lot. Like, again, we're 20-something-year-old guys bitching about Pokemon. But that's just my take on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just hate
know.
the new games.
It's just disappointing that this is the best
They can
engine
do.
they've had for a video game, and they're reusing old animations from Sun and Moon and whatnot.
And I'll agree with you guys. Like this game, this Gen 8, very disappointing. Like they had, in my opinion, very shit Pokemon design.
No,
Eh.
nah, not really.
Have you seen Ice Cube?
Not really.
It's Pikachu with an ice cube on its head.
And then you have like Pokemon that like what's it called from the first generation too. Like you can make the argument that like
yeah, I agree.
Right, like all Pokemon,
a lot most
of
Pokemon
every
are very
generation
well
has shit
known.
design.
Like most Pokemon, like every generation has had like a shit design.
Agreed. Like Vanillux, I know people hate that Pokemon. That actually is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5.
Ponyta is just a horse on fire. They just changed the hair into fire.
Like, I don't know. What's your favorite Gen 8 Pokemon?
I need to look up the decks.
Yeah, I actually.
Mine would have to be like Corviknight.
Corviknight, literally, I fell in love with Corviknight.
No, obviously Surfetch is my favorite, but
I fell in love with Corviknight immediately when I saw him.
I love Corviknight. That's why I shiny hunted him.
I actually don't know the Pokemon
Carkol.
from this game.
Carkol. I like
right.
Carkol. I like Runegigas. I really like the design for that.
Runegigas?
Yeah. I like the
Surfetch will be my favorite.
the fairy types in this one. The fairy types were so cool. Even the dark type for what's his name? Zangoose's evolution. That was that was a really cool thing to me. The dragon type, I really like the dragon type. The ghost dragon.
Dragapult.
Yeah. And the fossil Pokemon, cuz it's like poking fun because of them messing up fossils.
I'd have to go with
Toxapex.
No, it's me being someone who likes middle evolutions. It's the middle evolution of Hatsuna.
Yeah, I'll agree with you with that one.
But I also like fairy and psychic Pokemon. So
I've always liked poison types. Poison types have always been my favorite.
Wait, Hatchram?
Yeah.
It's the middle form. Is that Hatchram?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just psychic.
But still, it looks cute. It looks cute as fuck.
No, Hatterene gets psychic or gets fairy. But
well,
it's
I still like
it's an adorable design.
But I don't know. I personally feel like some of the designs could have been better. Impidimp, for example.
Impidimp? What the fuck is Impidimp?
Yeah, I did not like the Impidimp line.
Who else?
Impidimp.
Like, a lot of them are decent designs. I feel like Bug could have looked a bit better.
I like Impidimp.
I
actually like them.
But no, all the other Pokemon had decent designs. I also
didn't like Nitwick.
The Alcremie.
Frostmoth is really cool.
Yeah. Applin was a very disappointing Pokemon.
Really? I liked Applin.
I thought he would be stronger.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what made me disappointed.
But hopefully, I personally hope that they do make a Let's Go Pichu, Let's Go Igglybuff or whatever, before they make a Gen 9 game, or fingers crossed, a Gen 4 remake running on Sword and Shield engine.
I will cry. I will genuinely cry.
That'll be $120 straight out of my pocket.
I will buy both.
I would genuinely cry.
What is your thoughts on the rumors of Heart Gold and Soul Silver coming to the Switch?
Again,
for the 25th evolution or 25th anniversary.
Again, $120, $100 at Walmart, right out of my pocket. If there's a collector's edition, both of them.
Yeah, I'm buying the collection if there is. Like, what if they bring back like the Pokewalker kind of thing?
Oh my god, I've talked about this actually. Like, what's it called on stream? When they do Gen 4 remakes, that will be my last Pokemon game. I will finish Pokemon with where I started, because I don't want to support them anymore.
I don't
Wait,
know.
Gen 3 remakes. They already made them.
Gen 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll keep supporting them. Like these are the games I grew up on.
This is my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to support them, no
Like-
matter how bad the game is.
Gen 8 turned me back to Digimon for a while. I'll be honest. I picked up Cyber Sleuth.
I
Like
overall didn't like Gen 8. I didn't like the story, but
That's what I hate.
pretty decent game. I think the raid dens was a great idea. I think the Dynamax was a pretty cool idea.
I would say it was worth it for me to pick up the game again. Like after I sold it.
think they really hit the nail on the head with Crown Tundra.
Now I personally wish they'd bring back the third game, but that's just me. Like I don't mind dropping another $60.
But the thing
on a
is,
third game.
that's you. But think about it in, like.
Right, this is a game catered to
Yeah, I
catered to
know.
children.
But like.
Like
I think. Well, didn't they say like this game was supposed to like bring
for
in
the
a new
more older
audience and
fans.
then be for the older fans, and it
Yep.
like everyone's like, okay, so where's the older fan
And
part?
then we got Ocarina of Time trees. Yeah. I don't know. It's
I think the idea they had was a great idea. They just didn't
Execute it well.
execute it well.
like I'll say it was a shit story until the last like hour or so. I enjoyed the fact that what was his name? Rose?
Rose.
That
Yeah,
confused me.
healed
That got me
Entire
mad.
time? Why? I thought it was pretty cool.
How the fuck was he a villain to begin with? Literally when I saw him, I'm like, oh, he's definitely gonna be the bad guy.
Well,
I-
yeah, it was kind of obvious,
Yeah.
And then
but
But I feel like it's better than like having the game where, oh, your friend has red eyes, he'll never be bad. Like, I like the
Another-
idea of him trying to reawaken Eternatus.
another disappointing thing was with Crown Tundra, where you're teamed up with Peony, but as of where I am in the story, because I haven't completed it yet, he doesn't bring up Rose at once.
Nope.
And he's supposed to be his brother, which was disappointing. I thought you'd get some cutscenes with Rose in them, or just like a little backstory. He just kind of comes out of left field, and he's like, you don't get a backstory. You see his daughter, but you don't.
She's a cunt.
You don't talk
I
about.
don't think she just doesn't want to be with her dad.
No, she's a
She helped me
bad
out. She got me
child.
mesmerized. But
She got you
I
mesmerized.
just like there's no story. There's no like you don't know his relationship with Rose. You don't know if they're like disowned each other, or like if Crown Tundra was based off of that. I think they could make a whole story mode out of that too, like a whole different story mode. But they didn't.
I wish you got to
I thought
start
that
at
was really
Crown
disappointing.
Tundra.
Well, I can understand why it's like the DLC, because like you saw the post game of trying to become the champion and surpass Leon or whatever his name was.
Like this DLC is what covered this year's game.
There wasn't even supposed to be a game this year
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean,
because they do it every 2 years. No, and Sword and Shield only came out last year, so this coming year, yeah, they have to have a game out.
they don't do it every other year.
Yeah, they do.
Sometimes.
A lot of
Other
the
than that-
time. Pretty sure because Ultramoon came out in 2018. When did Ultramoon come out? Because I feel Ultramoon.
About 2 years later.
Wait, what?
2 years later. Afterwards.
Okay, so Ultra Sun and Moon came out 2017.
Look, I mean, they occasionally take breaks. They don't really. I don't know.
Well,
Okay, so you had starting from Diamond and Pearl. They took a year off of that one. Then they released Platinum in 2008.
okay.
And then-
Pokemon
and then
Sun
it was-
and Moon came out in 2016 too. So
There's been a game the last 4 years, not including this one. Now, granted, one of the games wasn't really a mainstream game,
right.
but like from 2016 to 2019, it was Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, Let's Go Pikachu, and then Sword and Shield. But before that, it was It's like they take a year off every like 3 or 4 games. Because from Platinum or Diamond and Pearl, they take a break, and then Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White, a year off, Black 2, White 2, X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Break, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Let's Go, and then Sword and Shield.
I feel like they should have like do it every year or every 2 years or so. Give them time.
I agree with 2 years. I think they should, release like a little DLC thing, to keep the fans happy and engaged in the game.
Not even like if you have a mainline game every other year, and in that year, if you want to fill it with like one of your like
Bring back Pokemon Ranch.
about to say if you want to fill those like gap years with a spin-off game that you haven't touched in years,
Like
like
Let's Go. Like just release Let's Go's
yeah,
for
another
each
Let's Go,
generation
or
while you're working on your mainstream.
like Pokemon Rumble could come back, another Pokemon Trotzy game, Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Conquest. Like you have all these spin-off games, like a brand new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon
I
that's not a
I
remake.
think like the mystery dungeon. Like I don't know, like maybe they should have released that as this year's game. I mean, technically it was, but they released it back in March.
Right. Just I feel like there's so much they could do if they want to.
But they don't. They're not
But
taking advantage.
I feel like they can only do so much due to the Pokemon Company and what
Yeah,
they want.
I do think that they're little bitches about how they want the games.
Right.
And
Like
like their consistency is all off.
right. It's only so much can get done, I believe. Like
And I think they are restricting Game Freak and they're only giving them a certain amount of time. And I think Game Freak is getting all the blame for it, even though technically it's not really their fault.
the amount of like my understanding of video game like design is coming from just programming and wanting to become a designer. But that shit's not easy. And making an entire engine, I don't know what engine to use. It just I just think it's a bit hard. And then besides the point where you can reuse assets like that. But again,
But
I only know so
I
much.
agree. They should do main series spin-off. Main series spin-off.
And like that would get you more revenue. Like if you have Pokemon what's the color they haven't used?
Orange.
Pokemon Orange in 2021. 22 you have like a brand new Pokemon Rangers Shadow of My Ass or something. Like you just that would be the best.
I'd be completely fine with them releasing a Let's Go every other year. I think Let's Go was fun.
I would really enjoy a Let's Go.
I don't yeah,
Peach.
I enjoyed it and us, but I don't think like shinies were just way too easy to get in that game.
Like a Let's Go Pichu, Let's Go Togepi, like I want to say two big Pokemon from that game. I would say 100% both games would be bought from a collector and a Pokemon fan standpoint. But is there anything else we want to say?
Heart Gold, Soul Silver better come to the Switch.
Let's hope so. Brandon, how about you?
Huh?
Is there anything else you want to add before we end this episode?
No.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed our old rants about Pokemon series. If you want to reach out at us outside of the podcast, we have a Discord, and you can hit me up at VivixTales on YouTube and Twitch, and also Dear Backlog on YouTube. Brandon?
And you can see me at Sir Rowlet on Twitter and on Twitch.
Any social medias you want to plug, Ryan?
Tapestry on Twitter. That's it.
All right. And we'll see you next Tuesday for episode, I think, 5. Until next time.
The Basket Cases, huh? Pretty cool podcast if you ask me. Yeah, I've heard once or twice that podcast before, and I thought it was pretty sick.